Melbourne city, one of the most livable city in the world. I was reading an article which said that Melbourne got the award of the most livable city 7 times in a row.
This is huge.
But it's not that simple. When you call yourself the most livable city in the world, you got to have the best public transport. But it's not what you expect. There's a problem. Three modes of public transportation: the train, the tram, and the bus. Three factors on which we are going to judge them: their frequency, their cost, and their ease of use. Out of 1 to 10, let's see how it goes.
Right now, I don't know if you can see, but I'm standing in front of the iconic pedestrian station.
I mean, how could I not know that this audio is going to be crap and noisy? Back to the voiceover. This iconic train station was opened in the year 1854, and in 1920s this was one of the most busiest train stations in the world because around 2 lakh people used to travel through this station every single day. And right now it is one of the most busiest stations of Melbourne. Let's go inside and see what it has.
So if you look at the frequency, I think it's not bad. So the next train is in 5 minutes. After that, it is in 20 minutes, and then it is after 35 minutes. So if you can see the pattern, every train is after 15 minutes, which I would say is not bad.
So I think 8 out of 10 for the frequency. This could have been a 9 or a 10 if you are in the city, but the moment you go out of the city into the suburbs, the frequency gets bad and sometimes worse, especially on the weekends. And now for the cost part. It is a bit tricky to understand, so hear me out. There are 2 zones that cover almost the entire Melbourne area, and it is covered by all the public transports. So if you travel within a zone, you will be charged approximately $5 to $5.50. But as soon as you travel from one zone to another, you will be charged $11. Now the good part here is that as soon as you've been charged $11, you can travel how much ever times you want, anywhere, anytime for that particular day. And hence a 6 out of 10 for the cost part. For the ease of use, I would say it's not that complicated. You just need to find the nearest station around you, touch on when you enter, touch off when you exit. But sometimes,
So when you come down the escalator, these are the platforms. Now you don't know what is platform 3, is this platform 3, or is that platform 3, or is that platform 4, or is this platform 4. There's no sign will say that this is platform 3 or platform 4.
okay, so actually there is a board over there, but it is on the other side. So you have to find the board first, and then you'll know which platform you're standing on. So if you need to find the board first, then what's the point of having the board in the first place? I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Come on. But I think still not bad. A 7 out of 10 for the ease of use. The Melbourne tram network is the world's largest tram network, but it still has its problems. Even though it's spread across 250 kilometers, it is only accessible in the city area. Secondly, trams do not have their designated pathways, which means if there is heavy traffic, the trams are going to be late. If the roads are blocked due to protest or maintenance, the trams are blocked. So hence, a 6 on 10 for the frequency. The best part about traveling through trams is most of them are free. So there are designated tram zones which are mostly around the central area of the city. So if you want to travel within the central area, you can travel through trams free of cost, and hence 8 out of 10 for the cost part. Anything that you get for free, there's a hidden cost behind it. So most of these trams, because they are free, people, even if they have to travel just 500 meters, they still will take the tram because they know it's free. I'm not complaining, it's not a bad thing to do, but because of this, mostly every tram will be crowded as hell. But it's still not bad because there are plenty of tram stations across the streets. But sometimes what happens is that if you're the last person to get in, you'll not be able to get in because the tram will be jam-packed, and if you get in, I mean, there's no way you can get in. So sometimes, even though you know that the tram is in front of you, you still not be able to get in. You have to wait for the next tram to come, and that is sometimes frustrating. And that's why a 6 out of 10 for ease of use. The buses, probably the reason why I'm making this video. I mean, it's not even bad. It's very bad. I don't even rely on them now. I've stopped using them completely. The frequency, the cost, the ease of use, everything should be in minus. But let's be a little bit fair. Let's keep my frustration out of the picture here, and let's talk about the frequency. The frequency, it's worse. You can't actually rely on them. It's never on time. If you miss one bus, the next bus is after 30 minutes. It's pretty unusable, and that is why you'll see not a lot of people using buses. They'll just prefer walking rather than just waiting on the station. And sometimes it happens that you are waiting and the bus suddenly gets delayed for 1 hour.
Someone who's traveling in the night, या क्योंकि लोग यहाँ पे रात को भी काम करते हैं, नाइट शिफ्ट्स भी करते हैं, तो कैसे कम्यूट करेंगे? मतलब इट इज़ अ प्रॉब्लम, स्पेशली इतनी ठंड में. अभी 12 बज रहे हैं, तो ऑलमोस्ट लाइक इट इज 7 डिग्रीज, बट इट फील्स लाइक ऑलमोस्ट 1 to माइनस भी हो सकता है, डिपेंडिंग ऑन द पोस्ट. तो हाँ, दैट्स अ प्रॉब्लम.
And hence a 5 on 10 for the frequency. For the cost part, it's the same for what it was for the trains. But again, you cannot compare the bus with the trains because train, they usually travel long distances. But with buses, if you're having a long journey, usually you'll have to take a bus and then a train. So that doesn't make a lot of sense. But still, if you're traveling just through bus, the rates are going to be same as it was for the trains. And that's why a 6 or a 10 for the cost part. The ease of use, I would say terrible. I'm talking about the suburbs, okay? Because
in the city you have trams, so the connectivity is good, but in the suburbs you're just relying on the buses, and the buses are something to not rely upon.
sometimes you can't even spot a bus stop. There'll be just a signboard with the smallest of fonts and with the smallest of map. Actually, you will need a magnifying glass to understand the route, and even after that you'll not understand because it's very, very complex, and hence not more than 6 for the ease of use. यार कभी-कभी I don't understand that because the public transport is so bad, people have a lot of cars, or because people have a lot of cars, that's why the public transport is not that good. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's both.
Final thoughts: just get a bike.